How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Today what we're going to be doing is making a belt buckle. Basically, it's going to be a hunk of wood, and it's going to hold your dip can. Alright? The plan is to have, a block of wood to hold it in place there. And, something in the back for spacers. And that's what you're going to clip on your belt. And I'm going to walk you through it. Hopefully it turns out alright. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is, I don't want to have this big board sitting on my belt, so we're going to shape her down a little bit. And I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch between the side of the can and the side of the block of wood. I'm not measuring it out, I'm just kind of eyeballing it up a little bit here. Okay. So that's kind of your general shape. You can see how I have marked out right there. And your can's just going to sit in there, something like that. So let's get the cut. So I just got her locked in the vise here. I put a rag here so it didn't hurt the wood at all. Take my hacksaw, go right down along that line, flip it over, go right down the other line. I'll show y'all what it looks like here when it's cut. Okay, so there is the general size it's going to be. And then once everything's all fitted up, I'm going to go through and clean some stuff up. But next what we're going to do, adjust this camera here, is get to the block of wood. It's going to cover up that warning label. Okay? And that should be enough to hold it in place without, covering up the label of your snuff can. And then I gotta get some blocks of wood, which I don't think I made this wide enough, but anyhow, I'll get a block of wood to go in between this top piece and this bottom piece, so it looks, something in there like that. Alright, so basically all I did was, you can see my mark there, I just laid this on here, laid the piece of wood I'm using, measured the height, marked it a little bit, just eyeballed it up. Doesn't have to be precise. Now we're going to cut that off. I'm going to lock at my vise here. Get my hacksaw right on that line. Right like that. Now the way this is going to work is that's going to sit there like that, and that's going to prop that block of wood up. Something like that. And later on, what I'm going to do is run a strap that hooks onto here and goes around the top, and you can button it or latch it or hook it on the piece I'm putting over here. That way it doesn't fall out if you're moving around or whatever. Alright, so I got these two here made. Now what I'm going to do is hopefully set that on there, something like that. Now what I'm going to do is file these down and trim down a little bit to kind of keep everything close together. I don't want to be walking around, I have some 6-mile long freaking hubcap sticking out of my belt, you know what I mean? So all I'm going to do is trim these down afterwards. But for right now, we're going to cut this in half, hopefully, trim this down a little bit, and that's going to be our cover to go over top of it. Okay, so I got that cut in half there. I don't know how wide it is, 1/4 inch maybe, I don't know. But then, that's just going to sit right along like that. And of course I'm going to trim up the sides here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to, oh yeah, I better trim up the sides. But anyhow, you get a general idea how it's going to sit. Now I'm just going to take a file I have and trim these off a little bit. If you don't have a file or something, you can also use a heavy grit piece of sandpaper or whatever. See if I can find one here. And this is 320, but just an old piece of sandpaper that you have to get it down there. Alright, so I have everything kind of mocked up the way I want it. Now what I'm going to do is mark where these pieces go, and I'm going to glue them in place. I think if I use screws, it's going to split the wood, and I don't want that. Get up under here. Close enough. Okay. So yeah, all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of dab of glue here, here, and wait for them to dry up. Then I'm going to put another little dab of glue on top of here, and then get that on there like that. I'll get back with you here in a second, guys. Alright, so all I found was this Elmer's Model and Hobby Cement. I doubt it's going to hold, but it's worth a shot. If it don't, it don't. So, take that off there like that. Okay. A little dab, it's not a little dab, but it's a dab. We're going to set that there like that. And do the same to this. That's a little dab there. That's what I'm looking for. I'll probably have to go through and re-glue these. I don't know how fast this stuff dries. I don't know how fast it sets up. I guess if I read the back of the thing. Let's see here. Warning. Flammable. May be harmful if inhaled. Vapor harmful. So don't be huffing this on any back street. It'll kill you. Keep out of reach of children. If eye contact occurs, rinse with tap water for 5 to 10 minutes. If irritation not induced, what? Oh. If irritation persists, seek medical care. If swallowed, do not induce vomiting. Call a physician or poison control center immediately. It don't say when it sets up. It just says if you swallow it like a retard, and then see your doctor. I don't know. So sitting here, I went ahead and put this top piece on and glued it on there. And I guess we're just going to wait a little bit and see. Actually try to find something a little heavy to set on there. No, that's too big. I don't know. I'm going to find something heavy to set on this. That way it keeps a lot of pressure on here. Hopefully it dries up really nice. And I guess we'll wait and see what it looks like. Alright guys. So originally I was going to have this be a belt buckle, but that sticks out quite a bit to be a belt buckle. So I think I'm just going to have it be some sort of piece that you set on a shelf or something. Or hang up, that's kind of cool. But the glue actually kind of held it up a little bit. If I were going to do it again, I'd definitely take a little bit more time to clean it up, but use wood glue or something. That's what I would do. I mean, it's on there, but I would use some sort of wood glue and clean the surfaces really good. But yeah, that's how you make this neat little project. And then of course you can put any kind of design as a plate or whatever if you're good with cutting. I'm not, so I didn't. There you go.